everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of the Lemmings playthrough. We are on level 14 of the Tricky rating. We have Menacing. And this is actually the special level of the Tricky rating. As I mentioned before, when we were going through the fun levels, there was a level, I believe it was the first level we did in the third video. It was a level based on an old Psygnosis game, because Psygnosis is the publisher of the, the Lemmings series. They published the game. So they have kind of like these reference levels to other Psygnosis games as Lemmings levels. This level is a reference to the game Menace. I do not know anything about it, but it looks creepy as hell. I am sorry if this is the kind of stuff that kind of creeps you out. So, yeah. This is the level we're going to be doing here. Now, as I said before, these levels, these special levels, with exception to maybe the third one in the taxing rating, they're actually pretty generous in terms of what you need to save. What the challenge is going to be is, well, first of all, the time limit. Time is always going to be a challenge in some way. But two is also just kind of the level geometry and everything. The level assets, they can kind of get in the way. As you can see, this is not very flat terrain we're dealing with here. We're actually digging through all these tentacles and skulls. Oh, this is a creepy level. It's creepy, but, like, you know, I can appreciate the design, like, from a puzzle standpoint. You know, creepy stuff like this is not really something I'm into that much. And, you know, it's understandable. It's, you know, not... It's a very niche type of thing. But, as far as, like, the actual level design itself, it is pretty interesting. Like, you gotta give it that. It is definitely interesting. We can probably also up the release rate, too, while we're waiting for this guy to make it all the way to the end. I do think we have to be a little careful here. I do see a couple of holes that we could potentially fall down into. Especially if we get any lower. So I'm gonna hope that... Like, I think if we're gonna get, like, right here, we might try to end it just so we can get out of here to get ready for this next part, because, you know, there's still more of the level to go. Or we're just going to keep on bashing through. Okay, there we go. We had to stop somewhere. Okay. Now we just have to build across this gap. Oh man, look at these... Ugh. Again, sorry if this is just the type of aesthetic you just cannot get behind. Like all this red stone here. I hope it's red stone. I have a feeling it's not, but, you know. A man can hope, a man can dream. Please let me dream. Now, there is also another problem. I'm not sure if this is going to be splat height or not. I don't think it will be. That does look pretty damn high, though. That's the thing. I don't think it is. Nope, we're good. Okay. So last but not least, we need to make it up to the exits. And we should probably be releasing the guys behind us kind of early. So I'll wait till we're kind of at this tentacle there, the last one. And at that point I'll probably release them, because we don't want to run out of time, obviously. Honestly, we could probably release them now and be fine, because again, that was a pretty long stretch that we were just bashing through the floor. We did get kind of lucky, though, because, again, we were kind of getting to the point where we were, like, going to be over a pit, so... We could have easily, yeah, like right here. If we kept going, we would have definitely fallen straight down, so I think I did good. And there's also going to be the potential issue of, you know, will this guy exploding create a crater that we can't get out of? So we gotta keep looking at the mini-map to make sure our guys got through. Oh no! Yep, looks like they're making it through. And yeah, that is menacing. I think we're pretty good to go on that, so I'll go ahead and blow up this other guy. And yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and cut as these guys make their way to the end. So I will be right back, guys. One thing that is actually kind of nice about other versions of Lemmings is they actually have a bit of a, not really a speed up key, but I think they do have like kind of a fast forward option to make the game kind of run faster during parts like these where, you know, you want your Lemmings to get to the end and you just have to kind of wait till they walk all the way there. But yeah, there we go. We saved 10% more than we needed to. That sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and continue as we make our way to the next level. We have ozone-friendly Lemmings. We have 10 Lemmings. We have to save 60% of them, so 6 of them. Let's see what we have here. Ozone-friendly Lemmings. Hey, this level looks familiar, doesn't it? This is the very, very first level of the game, Just Dig. But we have to solve this in a much different way. It's actually a very easy level, though. So what we're going to do is, we have 5 bombers, so obviously that's how we're going to get through this. And there we go. That's all we need to do. Need to blast our way through. So here, this is kind of the example. The levels are starting to, you know, give us some repeats. And we have to find ways to solve these levels in different ways. And we had 5 bombers, so if we used all 5 of those bombers, we would have not gotten through the level. We would have failed and we have to do it again. So gotta be careful about with this. You gotta be familiar with your resources, what you have, and just again kind of solve the levels in much different ways than you normally would. And we're gonna start seeing a lot of that stuff now. Next up we have level 16, Lovely Jubilee. We have 50 Lemmings. We have to save 80% of them. Let's see what we can do. 80% or something like that. Interesting. So I know exactly what the game wants us to do here. So we have a basher, we have a miner, and we have 10 bombers. Obviously, we're going to be using the bombers for this section right here because, yeah, why wouldn't we? What we have to do with the basher and miner is kind of creative. So, like right here, yeah, we can bash through here, no problem. And, you know, we could mine here, but if we mine, we'll just get out of here. And if we do the other thing, yeah, that won't exactly help either, because then we'll just mine straight down here. However, if we kind of combine the 2 tasks together, we can do something kind of creative. We've actually seen myself do this a couple of times now, but we're going to mine down here, not all the way, and then we're going to bash. So now we're going to, like, kind of use the miner to get us at a certain elevation where bashing will not just get us through this, but actually get us through this entire thing here. And yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing here. So, the release rate's already up pretty nice. We'll get to the 50 Lemmings out of here very, very soon. We need to start planning our bombing run here. And honestly, this is kind of tricky. So I'm trying to think. 5, 4, 3. I think I want to press it when they get right here, when they start approaching the web. We'll see. Do. I mean, not bad. That's it. Perfect. Nice. Now, of course, we do have to wait for all these other lemmings to walk all the way back and through here, but yeah. So I probably could have waited till they actually got on the webbing and started. That probably would have been a little more efficient, but we made it. We only used 5 bombers, so that's good. And yeah, this is another level we had earlier, so again, we're trying to solve these old levels, these levels we got during the first 10 stages of the game, but with limited resources, we kind of have to solve these levels in much different ways, which I think is really, really neat. And again, just shows how awesome this game is as a puzzle game. Next up, we have Diet Lemonade. Lemming-aid. We have 50 lemmings. We have to save 96% of them. This level, if I remember, if it's the level that I think it is... No, it's this level. Okay. Well... There we go. I want to say right here? This could be the first level that we actually fail. Hey, it's the first level we fail. Okay, I used that way too early. I need to be like right in the middle of this. So we're gonna hear some different music now because, yeah, we failed this level completely. Rock bottom. I hope for your sake you nuked that level. Yeah, I did. I definitely did that. Okay, so let's try this again. Honestly, it's not that hard. Again, it's just one of those things that, you know, trial and error. That one, I obviously bombed the guy way too early. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait till he's right here instead. And hopefully this does it. Yep, okay, that's it. Increase the release rate, and that's pretty much that level solved. And again, this is another level we had earlier. Earlier on, they gave us blockers and bombers. Here, they didn't do that, so... Again, kind of shows how these levels can get a bit tougher. Maybe a bit trial and error-ish, which, you know, may not seem so great as a puzzle element, but, you know, again, you have infinite lives, and you don't exactly get anything for perfecting the whole game. So, like, you know, seems fine to me. But yeah, we made it. We got the exact requirement we needed. Let's move on to the next level. It's Lemming entry. Oh my god. No, I'm not reading that. We have 10 lemmings. We have to save 90% of them. So only one lemming can die here. What do we have? We have... Ooh. Okay, one lemming can die. Trying to think of how we would do this. We have 2 builders. Okay, I know what we're doing here. We might be too close. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, you're gonna walk out. Perfect. Okay. This is actually perfect. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to explode the digger. Because again, one has to die, no matter what. So we'll use that guy to dig this pillar down, make an opening for these guys. The one guy that would spill over gets the parasol. And yeah, that's basically that level. And remember, that was the one where we actually learned how to use the floater ability. So, again, getting very creative with how we're going to solve these. Next up, we have Postcard from Lemmingland. 50 lemmings. We have to save all of them. All 50 lemmings need to be solved. And this was the builder tutorial. This is where we learned how to use builders. And this is actually kind of neat. As you can see, we only get one builder. So you got to think about where that builder is going to be effective. Yeah, we could build up here. But if we did that, how'd we get across this gap? We could, you know, try to like bash all the way through here. But then we'd be in this hole and we can't get one bridge up there. So we have to think about this very, very creatively, and in a way that I actually really, really enjoy. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our very first guy into a climber. And he's going to be doing himself some climbing, because that's what climbers do. It's really not that hard to figure out. Next thing we're going to do is once we get all the way over here, we're going to dig at the very edge of this platform here. Next, I think we want to use it right here. We're going to build. That should be enough to get up there, but also enough for him to bonk and turn around. That's where we're going to use this to mine down. And now we're going to wait for him to get to about here. And then we're going to bash all the way through here. And this will allow all the lemmings to walk up here and get to the exit. But first, there is one thing else you have to do. Because keep in mind, when this guy makes it through, he's going to try to climb up this wall. And he hasn't been assigned the floater skill yet. So let's make sure we do that before we do anything. And then we'll up the release rates. And well, I guess, first of all, as I normally do, I'll make sure that they can actually get out of here. Because we'll be waiting a long time anyway for this guy. But again, I just want to make sure that this is actually makeable. I feel like we've seen some lemmings climb up taller things before, so it should be fine. But again, just want to make sure. That way, if we do fail, we know why we failed. And see, like, again, the solution for this level before was builders, builders, builders. In fact, that's all that they gave you for this level. But here, they give you some tools that they kind of expect you to use, and we use them to the best of our ability. So, again, really, really cool level design. So yeah, I will be right back as we wait for this last straggler to finish, so be right back, guys. One thing I will say is we are kind of approaching that point in the game where, as a child, me and my dad were stumped on one level for a ridiculously long period of time. Makes me wonder, because I think that level is actually coming up. I want to say it's like level 21, I think, in the tricky rating, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and move on, though. Next up, we have one-way digging to freedom. 100 lemmings. We have to save 95 of them. Let's see what we got. We got... okay. Well, again, we can save a number of lemmings here. But see, this is where they're going to, again, start giving you a lot of different tools that you'll need to solve these. And the solution won't be, you know, incredibly obvious all the time. Sometimes you have to look at what you have to see what you can do. And see, the big problem I see with this one is, well, we have 2 blockers. Actually, if you only have to save 95%, this is really not that hard. Because we only just have to bash through this and block down here. I think that's all we have to do, really. Okay, yeah, I don't think this one is that hard. It could be that the time limit could be the big problem, actually. But we'll find out, I guess. So what we're gonna do... whatever. This one seems uncharacteristically easy, though. I don't know. I feel like I may have missed something obvious. I don't think I did, but it feels like it. Yeah, I'm not going to blow this guy up for obvious reasons. So I'm going to wait for this last guy to bonk, and then I'll blow up the blocker, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so while these guys are walking to the end, I will pause and be right back, guys. Okay, here we go. I'm about to reach the end here. I'm trying to see if I can actually find the athlete. I guess he's one of these, like, kind of masked up lemmings in here somewhere. But yeah, we did it. That was a pretty nice and easy break after the last few, which have kind of given us, like, old levels to kind of find new solutions for. Let's go ahead and move on to the next level. We have Ohio Lemming-san. We gotta save 60 of the 80. I don't think this is the one. No, this is not the one that I had trouble with. Oh, you know, okay. I'm glad this level actually came up, though, because at the very beginning of the playthrough, or in one of the first videos of the playthrough, I mentioned that there was one level that they actually changed for the Super Nintendo version of the game. And that was actually this level right here. In the original Lemmings, this level was a 6, 6, 6. And obviously, due to the, you know, the meaning of that number, number of the beast, Nintendo actually, you know, forced them to change it to something else. So instead we have these Japanese characters. I actually do not know what these say. So if anyone's fluent in that, it may not even be Japanese, because I'm going to be honest, I don't know what language this would even be. I assume it's Japanese just from the title of the level. But again, I cannot know for sure. But I always found that interesting how, quite literally, the level is a 666 in the original version. And like, as a kid, that is something I would have not, like, known. I would have not known that regardless, but... Okay, I am just wasting builds here. But again, I'm nervous because that is a very tight fit. I think we should be fine, though. Like, obviously, we have a lot of symbols we have to, you know, build to and get through. As long as we're careful, it shouldn't be too bad. That looks really, really risky, but I think that's going to be fine. But guess what? She'll be riding 6 right horses when she comes. Okay, so we made it through the first big character. Now we gotta make it through the others. And again, I'm just trying to be really, really careful with this, because it can be kind of finicky sometimes. I'm gonna also increase the release rates. One thing that does kind of suck is, like, I wish you could increase the release rate, like, while the game is paused. I can understand why they don't allow you to do that, because that could be kind of cheating a little bit. But, I don't know. It would be nice to have a little more control, because I feel like moving with the mouse is probably a bit faster than moving with, like, a control pad like I'm doing. Okay. Then we break through here. We're pretty much at the end, so we're about done. So let's do this. We're going to build up to here. I think after I do the build again, because this is not going to make it, I'll release the Lemmings, because, again, there could be a possibility they could get stuck. There we go, got that. Let's go ahead and go back. Boom. And next we're gonna mine through here. And if we kind of get over this gap, we'll just dig down into it, and that should be fine. We're basically doing this to minimum... Oh, shoot. You know, I actually mentioned the possibility of this happening, but yeah, they can't get out. Whoops. That should do it. Okay, back here. That should be fine. One thing I could do, just to kind of make sure this doesn't backfire, I'll give them another platform to land on. And there we go. And see, we only lost 1 lemming in the process, so we're good to go. So let's go ahead and fast forward here. Okay, we are about done. I am kind of glad I built that bridge. I mean, sometimes, like, just to kind of give, like, a safety catch in a level like this, not really a bad idea, because think about how awful it would be if, like, you waited all that time just to find out that was a depth height. So if you can just, you know, take a few seconds to build a little extra bridge or something, it's not a bad thing to do, honestly, so I'm glad I did that. Let's do one more level, I think, and then we'll probably end it here. So let's go ahead and see what the next level is. Level 22, Turn Around Young Lemmings. 5 minutes, 90% out of 100. Let's do it. So we gotta save 90 of them. Ooh, okay, interesting. Okay, I know what we're gonna do. It's kind of like the first time we did this. I mean, in a sense, yeah, this is exactly how we did it the first time, just slightly different strategy. We didn't use a blocker, we used 2 bombers and some bridges. That's going to be a quick level to end this on, too, so... I guess I will start to kind of wrap it up here. This has been SlimKirby. This has been part 6 of the Lemmings project. Making some pretty good progress. I don't think we'll finish the tricky rating next time. But again, we've made a lot of forward momentum here. A lot of levels we cleared out today. So we, in addition to those really long levels that kind of take a lot of working around the arena and working ahead of the pack, you also have these kind of like little short levels that just kind of require like a 1 or 2 click routine to get things working. So again, the length of these levels kind of fluctuates at this point, but we were kind of in a while that phase where it's just like 8-minute level after 8-minute level. And I feel like there'll be less of those now, but they'll still definitely appear at points. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you guys next time when we work through some of the later parts of the tricky rating. See you guys then. Later, folks.